This is one of my warm-up routines that I take myself through. I take my fighters through. It's a great restoration routine focused on the hips and the shoulders. A little bit of ankle work there, ankles, knees, wrists, elbows, but primarily working through the hips and the complexity of the hips and the spine and how they work together, the pelvis links the upper body or torso with the lower body, working through building good quality connections and then repeating that in the upper body as we link to the extremities. We're actually connected, our left hand is connected to our right foot and vice versa via the fascial system. So a lot of my training, particularly the warm-up work, I use a RAMP protocol, which stands for Raise, Activate, Mobilize, Potentiate. Sometimes my RAMP protocols are like 40 minutes long, and then we get to the actual work that we're doing. Other times, the RAMP protocols are 10 minutes, and then I might have other little RAMP protocols throughout a training session. So basically what I was doing with that was just loosening up through the hips, the lower back, getting the pelvis moving with the spine in different directions, so on and so forth. Getting some rotation through the spine as well. Mobility is our ability to take our joints through range of movement under control. We typically get injured where we're weak. So this is my upper body based restorative work. Kettlebell armbar. Excellent exercise for strengthening the rotator cuff. If you want to talk about rotator cuff exercises, this is one of the best things that you can do, because the rotator cuff kind of covers the shoulder and pulls the ball and socket, kind of holds it together and compresses it. So keeps that socket nice and tight. So the other big muscles, they can do the bigger movements, and the rotator cuff controls that control through the ball and socket. The shoulder is actually made up of 4 joints. The glenohumeral joint, which people typically refer to the shoulder as, is only 1 joint. But if the other joints aren't doing what they're supposed to do to contribute to stability, because the glenohumeral joint is a mobile joint, that's the one that has all the movement, but the other 4 joints provide stability, so it can go through that. So you'll notice here on my left arm, I'm not as stable. I'm a little bit more jerky there through that movement because I don't have that fine motor control just yet. If you're watching this and you're like, fine motor control, okay, I brush my teeth with my left hand every morning. That's part of my habits, just to get that connection. So what I was saying before is if you're right-handed, you're typically going to have better balance on your left leg and vice versa. So basically, the restoration work, I went through the Jefferson curl variation for the hips, then the kettlebell armbar. Okay, now I'm going into some activation work for the hips. So I want my hamstrings firing here. You'll see my heels aren't touching here. I'm driving through the balls of my feet. I'm going to hold here for 10 seconds. I'm thinking about trying to curl, kind of find my calf by flexing, pulling down, and then also linking that to the hamstring and then linking that to the glute. Holding isometrically top position, squeezing everything down, and then I do 10 reps here to activate. As soon as my foot hits the wall, boom, I want that connection. I want to absorb force and then redirect force. And the goal is to make that movement as smooth and as fluid as possible. Now it's just about some force transfer work, nice and light. That ball's only 6 pounds. So it's just about going from one position, transferring into a powerful athletic position, maintaining balance, and then boom, using that kind of fascial system and the muscular system, the skeletal system, aligning everything to then have this rebound and elastic effect, whilst maintaining balance, stability, coordination, timing to skill-based drills that we're doing. When was this? This was Thursday morning. I did conditioning. I've only done one conditioning session this week. I'm probably going to do another one tomorrow, being Sunday. I had some issues with this bike. But basically what I did was 56 seconds, maximum effort, 100% intensity. You see the second one there was a little bit slow because I was trying to fix the bike, but 6 seconds, 54 seconds rest, 5 times through. That's it. That is the protocol. That was my conditioning. So that was in the morning, and then in the afternoon I went into wrestling class at Tiger. This was the mobility routine that I ran through. You guys will be familiar with this. This is, or some of you guys will be, this is part of the coaching app. This is basically the full body mobility routine, which is the first section of module 1, the mobility module. Point is, like, you can use that and then adjust to how you're using it for a training session. You can use it for before CrossFit, you can use it before rugby, you can use it before Muay Thai, you can use it for many different things. Just tweak and adjust it for you. This was, I think this guy had just been traveling in India or something. He was a little bit tired, so it was a good opportunity to actually practice some techniques. I've been wrestling this week. I've wrestled 4 times, or grappled 4 times this week. That's the most grappling I've done in 6 or 7 months. When I tore my MCL, that was the last time. I've been this consistent with grappling, so this is where I'm at for the next couple of weeks. I'm gonna really be focusing on grappling. I'm not doing any kickboxing. Doing 1 MMA session, MMA sparring session, putting it all together, and then it's 4 grappling sessions, and then maybe 1 or 2 conditioning sessions throughout the week. And that's pretty much going to be my plan for the next few weeks. So what I'll share as I get closer is what I'm doing with nutrition and recovery.